Trump meets Zelenskyy. During the meeting with Trump, Zelenskyy signaled that he's open to having a trilateral meeting with the U.S. President and Putin to negotiate end to Russia-Ukraine war. U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday met Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy at the White House and said he'll talk to Russian President Vladimir Putin after meeting European leaders. Both leaders expressed hope that the meeting with Ukrainian and European leaders at the White House could lead to trilateral talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin to bring an end to the Russia-Ukraine war. During the meeting with Trump, Zelenskyy signaled that he's open to having a trilateral meeting with Trump and Putin to negotiate end to Russia-Ukraine war. In a meeting with Zelenskyy, Trump said, "It's an honor to have the President of Ukraine with us. We have had a lot of good discussions, a lot of good talks. I think progress is being made, very substantial progress in many ways. We had a good meeting just a short while ago with the President of Russia. I think there is a possibility that something could come out of it, and today's meeting is very important. We have 7 very powerful leaders from Europe and are going to be meeting with them right after this meeting." During the meeting, Donald Trump said, "We are going to work with Ukraine, we are going to work with everybody. We are going to make sure that if there is peace, peace is going to stay long-term. This is very long-term. We are not talking about a 2-year peace and then we end up in this mess again. We are going to make sure that everything is good. We have worked with Russia, we are going to work with Ukraine. We are going to make sure it works. I think if we can get to peace, it's going to work. I have no doubt it." In the bilateral meeting with the U.S. President Donald Trump, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said, "Thank you for the invitation and for your efforts to stop killing in this war. I also thank your wife, First Lady of the United States. She sent a letter to Putin to talk about our children, and my wife has also sent a letter for your wife. I also thank all the partners, France, EU, Finland, UK, Germany for supporting us." President Trump said the war Russia-Ukraine is going to end. "When it ends, I can't tell you, but the war is going to end, and this gentleman wants it to end and Vladimir Putin wants it to end. I think the whole world is tired of it. We are going to get it ended. I have ended 6 wars, and I thought that maybe this would be the easiest one. And it's not the easiest one. It's a tough one. India, Pakistan, we are talking about big places. You take a look at some of these wars, you go to Africa and take a look at that. Rwanda and the Congo that has been going on for 31 years. We have done a total of 6. Not including the fact that we totally obliterated the future nuclear capability of Iran. I feel confident that we are going to get this war off," he said. Ahead of the meeting, Zelenskyy said the main goal is a reliable and lasting peace for Ukraine and for the whole of Europe. And it is important that the momentum of all our meetings lead to precisely this result. We understand that we shouldn't expect Putin to voluntarily abandon aggression and new attempts at conquest. That is why pressure must work, and it must be joint pressure from the United States and Europe, and from everyone in the world who respects the right to life and the international order. We must stop the killings, and I thank our partners who are working toward this and ultimately toward a reliable and dignified peace. Together with the leaders of Finland, the United Kingdom, Italy, the European Commission, and the NATO Secretary General, we coordinated our positions ahead of the meeting with President Trump. Ukraine is ready for a real truce and for establishing a new security architecture. We need peace, he said. Earlier, Zelenskyy urged stronger sanctions against Russia if no trilateral meeting is held between him, U.S. President Donald Trump, and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The statement followed a call between Zelenskyy and Trump on Saturday, one day after the U.S. leader met with Putin in Alaska without Ukraine's participation. Recounting his conversation with Trump in a post on X, Zelenskyy wrote that sanctions are an effective tool. He added they should be strengthened if there is no trilateral meeting or if Russia tries to evade what he called an honest end to the war. Meanwhile, Trump described his talks with Putin, which focused on ending the Ukraine conflict, as warm and said the two leaders had agreed on a lot. He added that the sides were pretty close to the end of the conflict, but that Ukraine has to agree to any peace deal. The U.S. president also confirmed his willingness to attend a possible three-way summit, stating, "They both want me there, and